Genesis, the book of beginnings, holds a special place in the grand tapestry of Scripture. Nestled within this book, we find chapter 5, a seemingly simple yet profoundly significant chapter dedicated to genealogy. This isn't just a dry recounting of births and deaths. It's a divine tapestry, woven with threads of God's faithfulness, human frailty, and the promise of redemption. Genesis 5 begins with a powerful declaration. This is the book of the generations of Adam. We're invited to trace our roots back to the first man, Adam, formed in the very image of God. This connection to Adam is not just biological, it speaks to something deeper, a shared spiritual heritage that unites all of humanity. Amidst this cycle, we see God's faithfulness, his promise to preserve a people for himself, shining through. Genesis 5 serves as a bridge between the creation account and the flood narrative. The genealogy in Genesis 5 isn't merely a historical record, it's a testament to God's faithfulness across generations. Each name represents a life lived, choices made, and a legacy passed on. Despite the consequences of sin, God's plan remained steadfast. He continued to work through individuals, weaving his story of redemption into the very fabric of human history. We're reminded that life is fleeting, a breath, a vapor. Though sin brought death into the world, God, in his infinite mercy, provided a way back to himself. The lineage presented in Genesis 5 points us towards that hope, culminating in the birth of Noah, a man who walked with God, Genesis 6:9. Noah's life stands as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even in a world marred by sin, God's grace is sufficient. One of the most striking aspects of Genesis 5 is the incredible lifespans of the patriarchs listed. Methuselah, who lived to be 969 years old, stands out as a testament to the longevity of early humans. These long lifespans hold deeper spiritual significance. They serve as a powerful reminder of our proximity to the perfection of the Garden of Eden. Beyond the sheer number of years, the legacy of these men speaks volumes. Enoch, for example, walked with God and was no more because God took him, Genesis 5:24. These ancient lives challenge us to consider our own legacies. The genealogies in Genesis might seem like ancient history, but they hold timeless truths that resonate deeply with our modern lives. They remind us that we are part of something much bigger than ourselves, a lineage that stretches back to creation and forward to eternity. The patriarchs of Genesis 5, despite their long lives, ultimately faced death. This stark reality underscores the brevity of life and the importance of living with eternity in mind. We're part of an eternal narrative, a story being written by God himself. Genesis 5 challenges us to ask ourselves, what story are we writing with our lives? Amidst the list of names and ages in Genesis 5, one phrase stands out: Enoch walked with God. This simple yet profound statement encapsulates the essence of a life well lived. Enoch's life, though briefly described, serves as a powerful example for us today. To walk with God is to live in constant awareness of his presence, seeking his guidance in every decision and striving to please him in all we do. In a world consumed by the pursuit of success, wealth, and fleeting pleasures, Enoch's example reminds us that true fulfillment is found in a vibrant, life-giving relationship with our Creator. Let's strive to make Enoch's legacy our own, for in doing so we discover the true meaning of life and leave behind a legacy that echoes into eternity. Genesis 5, though penned centuries ago, speaks volumes to our modern lives. It's a mirror reflecting timeless truths about God, humanity, and the importance of living with eternity in mind. We're reminded that we're part of something much bigger than ourselves. We belong to a lineage that stretches back to creation, and our lives have eternal significance. Let's invest our time, talents, and resources in things that matter, things that will outlast us, things that have eternal value. Above all, let's prioritize our relationship with God, for in doing so, we discover the true meaning of life and leave behind a legacy that echoes into eternity.